So, a history of Islamic psychology. On the right here, you have an image of Islamic authors, and these start from the 7th century. So you can see the writings in psychology from Islamic scholars is very old. And then on the right, you have Western authors, and these are usually around the 19th century, 20th century. It's a comparison of Islamic concepts and modern psychology. And you'll find that every field of Islamic psychology, if you go through the Sunnah and the Quran and different hadith, you'll find something that relates to it. So we're not going to go through every one of these, but for example, dream interpretation in Islam, tafsir al-ahlam, is very similar to psychoanalysis that Freud and Jung did. Muraqaba, which is basically is very similar to mindfulness-based therapies. Habit formation, which is adab and akhlaq, is very similar to behavior psychology. Positive psychology, similar to the concept of shukr. These are the four main things in the paradigm of Islamic psychology. So the four components are al-aql, which is intellect, but intellect also means reasoning. And then the second concept is the nafs, and the nafs can be translated into the soul, the ego, or the self. And then we have the qalb, which is the heart, which has some aql. So the whole point is the heart has some intellectual properties inside of it. And then there's the ruh, the spirit, which is the closest thing to the divine within us. So tahdhib al-akhlaq, which is the refinement of character, or it can also be translated into the cultivation of ethics, is a way that implies training the self, the nafs, to overcome negative traits such as anger, greed, envy, and arrogance. Another concept is tawakkul, so trust in Allah. This is very important. It's a safety net. I would like to call it a psychological safety net for the experience of Muslims, especially Muslim patients and Muslim clients. This would really help bringing this concept, making sure they have firm resolve of what it is and understanding. It's placing complete trust and reliance on Allah while taking appropriate action. It's a balance between faith in Allah's will and personal, emphasizing that the outcomes of all efforts are ultimately with Allah. Another hadith I really love about this is no one will enter paradise who has even a mustard seed's weight of arrogance in his heart, and no one will enter hell who has even a mustard seed's weight of faith in his heart. Because once we give up our arrogance, our ego, then we can truly know Allah and be close to Him. So how do these things relate to modern therapy approaches? And this is just some bullet points of different ways. Awareness and acknowledgement of the problem, which is the first step of tawbah, is similar in cognitive behavioral therapy. Breaking harmful patterns, addictions, negative thought cycles, and a healthy coping mechanism.